Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. I'm here today to check out the newest episode of Superman and Lois Season 3. This is Season 3, Episode 4 of the show. I don't know the title. I'll find out when I'm editing the video and uploading it and all that kind of stuff. So last week's episode was pretty interesting. We had a couple of significant things that occurred that I think will tie into later things in the show. Number one, I don't know how they got this, but for some reason, they found Lois and Chrissy. They found Superman's blood there at a facility that was ran down essentially, but Bruno and the scientists somehow got a hold of his blood, and I think that's kind of how the powers came into play in terms of the Atom Man and whatever Onomatopoeia's involvement in all this. I think it has to do with Superman's blood, whatever that means. So that was pretty significant, I think. Second thing is that it seems that Sarah ran away from home, it seems, because she ran to the diner and found her father and ran away because Lana slapped her in the face. She did say, no wonder Dad cheated on you, and then she slapped her. So I get that point, but also I think Sarah doesn't want to stay with Mom anymore, so that's pretty bad there. We had the whole thing with the truck being stolen in regards to Jonathan's truck being stolen. I'm fucking tired. Sorry guys, I'm exhausted. The truck being stolen, they got it back and all that, but I feel like that there's some unresolved stuff there. And Natalie wanted to give the watch that she made, I think, for her mom to Lois, because Lois was skipping out on her treatments, on her chemotherapy sessions, and she skipped out on 2 of them, and at the end of the episode she finally was going and whatever, and Clark was driving her obviously, and the watch was given to her because Natalie wanted to support her and everything, and I think it was a nice moment because of the fact that she wanted to support her, even though that you're not my mom, I want to do this. But John Henry Irons, of course, her father, was like, well, she's not your mom, you shouldn't get that watch to her. But then he realized he was being an ass, because he was being an ass, because Lana was like, hey, Lois is going through and everything, and she's like, yeah, well, she's not my wife. It's like, dude, you're a dick. You're a dick for saying that. So we'll see what happens in this episode. I'm overall enjoying the season. I understand the critiques about Lois Lane's storyline, because there are people that are complaining about it, saying that they could have done so many different things with their character, but instead they're going this route with her character. So I'm hoping we'll get a bigger reason why they're doing this storyline, because it just feels like we got to do something for Lois. And I feel like, yeah, they could have done other things, but we'll see how they handle it. But anyways, let's dive in. Season 3, Episode 4 of Superman and Lois. What the hell? Good save. Oh, Jordan.
Start with the perimeter and you work your way in. Be careful.
Good luck.
I'm not hungry.
Need to eat.
Your mother just had her first round of chemo yesterday. Today, she needs to recover in peace and quiet. So she's not going to listen to all day. As the 2 of you up here fighting over a sweater, do not bother your mother with anything.
Do not bother her.
Idiot dumbass.
The very same hospital where Dr. Alistair Hook allegedly treated intergang members. It seems like Mannheim had the run of the place.
No researching, no emailing.
No researching.
phone
Nope.
calls.
You sleep here, you're gonna wake up at a reasonable hour, alright?
Exactly. So she did technically move out.
You ready to talk about what happened last night?
That's your talk to your mother. Oh.
I'm sorry. Then you're stuck in the middle of this.
She didn't tell him the full story. She didn't tell him the full story about exactly what got her hit.
Use thrusters.
That is correct.
Clark, I think that tech was made by the me of this earth. If you've kind of been investigating Mannheim. I asked you to leave it alone. Lois and Mannheim have a history. She went to talk to Dr. Irons. Lois talked to my sister. Why would you do that?
I don't know why he's going back over there after what happened.
Is there anything you and I need to discuss?
This is about my truck.
I don't know anything about that.
You're full of
But I
shit.
sure as hell don't.
Hey! I said, do you hear me? You stole my truck.
What'd you say?
You stole it.
Yep.
And you took it to
Confront
a
him.
shop. Look, I know it was you. My dad had my mom's watch. You don't want everyone hearing that you're a crap dad?
Dude!
Liars. I don't need you to protect my feelings. What I need is for you and Lois to listen when I ask you not to do something. I know. You're not him.
Not him.
Was there anything else? That assassin of his saw me at Lana's office. What if they come looking for me? If I'm gonna keep Mia safe,
Ooh.
I need to know everything I can about the me of this earth.
See anything there you should be alarmed about?
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
my hood fell down for like a second.
That curly mop is just a big billboard telling the world who you really are.
Oh shit.
Your father understood the best disguise was to just blend in. This is about you being responsible enough to be a hero.
But do you even know what that means?
That didn't go well. Damn.
What happened?
It's fine. I took an L by playing basketball. Dad said not to bother you today.
He said that?
Okay, no, this isn't helping, okay?
Damn it.
Please.
We both promised each other that we would never lay a hand on our kids, especially after
Well,
everything.
tell him what she said.
Sarah said it was my fault you cheated on me.
She said what?
It doesn't take that long to get gummy worms. Where were you?
Well, a little pit stop. You know.
And also, you don't get to tell our boys not to bother me with their problems. I am their mother. The problems are my problems.
Yeah.
Babe, I just thought I just don't want to stress you out. You're
Sick? Yes, I am. But that's not an excuse to exclude me from knowing what is going on in my own family.
I mean,
Sit down.
They're both in trouble. Oh.
Did your dad something's going up to the DOD?
Go. I've got this.
I've been looking into how Mannheim got his hands on your blood.
And?
It came from the DOD.
How is that even possible?
I didn't lie.
Okay.
He
so you're
lied.
just
He
telling
lied.
me part of the story.
Is he really gonna confront his sister?
I'm not your brother. I'm not your brother. I look like him, but I'm a different person. I have a daughter. And if I'm gonna raise her on this world where a guy who looks like me was murdered by Bruno Mannheim.
When my dad confronted John, he didn't deny it. I loved my brother.
I'm sorry.
There's more to the story, I think. Maybe.
He used to call us the Wonder Twins.
My boss would like a word.
Fuck.
Your boss.
Don't get in the car. You.
Jonathan, who did this to you? Stay in the car.
Shit. This is gonna be bad. Oh god. Oh god.
Don't you dare call my son a liar, you miserable coward.
Watch your tone. Don't think I won't lay hands on a woman.
Men like you don't scare me.
Maybe I need to teach all three of you a lesson.
Jordan. Yeah,
No, you
Jordan
don't.
could
Get
take him
of the car,
out.
Both of you.
That's right.
You stay away from my family.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
After you recovered from your incident with Miss Alston, we wanted to be prepared in case we ever found ourselves in a similar situation.
Makes sense.
Have you used it for anything else since then?
We need to make sure this never happens again.
I agree.
Ooh, it won't happen again.
John Henry Irons.
Yep.
It's one thing to hear that you're alive.
He knows. He knows.
alright, look.
I am so sorry about what happened. I wish I could take it back. I know that I can't.
What happened?
Dude.
We went to talk to Candace's dad.
He's the one who hit you?
He threatened Mom with a gun.
It's fine, Clark. I handled it. This is not a job for Superman.
The John Henry Irons I knew always wanted to be a hero. Make a difference in the world.
Go to hell.
Ooh. Thank God. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Clark, are you okay?
Nope. I'm John Kent's dad. Stan's husband. We need to have a talk. You hit my son. Pulled a gun on my wife. I'd really rather not do this in front of your daughter.
Oh shit.
If you ever threaten my family again, I will come for you.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Damn, Ken.
Dude, that was great. He deserved that. That was good. Come on, come on.
You've sped up the detonation, John.
shit.
I'm sorry, darling.
Oh shit, that was amazing.
I should kill you right now. Because if I see you or your war suit again, you're gonna find out exactly the kind of man I am. I know what you are.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be a problem.
You have us.
Yeah.
And until we figure everything out, you can stay here.
Seriously?
Oh, great.
You can stay in Jonathan's room and he'll stay with his brother.
Oh, about to say what?
This is going to be a horrible disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a horrible disaster. Yep.
And even though I believe you benefit from a nice trim,
I didn't get his haircut. Oh, okay.
maybe there's another option. It should keep that hair of yours in check.
What?
These belong to my dad. He flew a P-38 Lightning over Berlin in the Second World War.
Oh.
Even earned a Flying Cross.
Thank you.
That's an emotional moment for him.
I know you will.
You think she's really just coming to Hobbs Bay for treatment?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, he knows. Just like with every other episode of Superman and Lois, for the most part, a lot of things happen in this episode, which I'm my best to remember every single thing. I'm tired, so apologies if I forget something. I'm trying my best to get everything covered here. So, number one, the big thing that I think really took place in this episode that I think was really significant is the whole Bruno angle with confronting John Henry Irons and John Henry talking to his sister and everything, which was an emotional moment. She really, was taken back, obviously, at first, but then she kind of was like, oh, okay, so you're from another Earth, and she kind of just accepted it just because of the whole cube thing and the whole other Earth at the end of season 2. So that was kind of a way to explain her to kind of, not freak out the entire conversation. But I understood her point of not wanting to talk to him anymore. This is too much, because at first I thought they were going to hug because they were kind of bonding a little bit, because they both pretty much had similar upbringings in a sense in terms of calling them the Wonder Twins, which is a nice little nod there. But then she's like, I need to go. But then Bruno confronts John Henry Irons saying, well, John wanted to be a hero. Talking about the John of Earth, well, not Earth Prime, because they're not on Earth Prime. Stupid. Anyways, I still am irritated that they're not connected to the Flash and all the other shows. But anyways, in terms of being on the same Earth, because that's what the implication. They lied. So, but Bruno was saying that John Henry Irons, who is now dead by him, if that's to be believed, I feel like there's more to the story, but he said that he wanted to be a hero and he just wouldn't listen. And I'm like, okay, so there is more to this, because it seemed like he was selling these items and selling weapons and all that kind of stuff, similar to how John Henry Irons makes his weapons, but Bruno apparently just had enough, or just didn't want to deal with him more. Who knows? He's no longer with us. But then John had to save his sister, but technically yes, from a bomb within a Jeep she was strapped in or whatever, and Bruno was threatening him and everything, and he saved her. And I think, but I don't know for sure, but I think they might, I don't know, because I think if he confronts her and talks to her again and Bruno finds out, then he's probably going to go after her again or something, so maybe he won't have a relationship or some sort of relationship with her, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting if they could bond and actually, because, right now it's so awkward, but I think, like, since they were so close with each other on their own respective Earths before everything kind of happened, then maybe they could have kind of a brother-sister relationship if that's possible, but I don't know. I guess it depends on Bruno's status, because right now he's pissed. But that shot of John Henry coming in and slamming him against the wall and everything, that was a cool moment for sure. But yeah, Lois has a plan in regards to infiltrating his medical facility and getting treatment there. But Bruno, of course, knew, this was more than just getting treatment. He knows. So that was an interesting little thing. I don't know why that was the ending scene. We already kind of knew that, but whatever. It is what it is. They name dropped Lex Luthor again. I'm still waiting for Lex to show up in this series. Another big thing is Jonathan got punched by his girlfriend's dad. I forget his name. I forget her name, but he punched him because Jonathan just straight up to his face said that, you stole my truck, and all this kind of stuff, and then he got punched, right? So he got confronted. Told Lois, you're playing basketball or whatever, and then then everything kind of fell apart from that point, because at the same time this is all happening, Jordan basically is an ass because he said you're gonna get a haircut by Sam, and you know, he's not happy with Grandpa. And then he's saying, you know, like, what do you mean? Like, because like, you know, sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do being a hero. And she's like, well, what do you know anything about that? It's like, like, he said, I'm a 4-star general. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm obviously don't have powers like you, but are you kidding me? Jordan was being an ass. So they both got in trouble for different things. But then Lois, who just had first treatment of chemo, confronted Jonathan's, you know, girlfriend's dad back at the trailer. And I love that scene as well, because she was confronting him and he was trying to be threatening, and she's like, men like you don't scare me. And I'm like, I love that. She's not showing fear. She's not showing that she's intimidated by him. And then he, of course, shows a gun. And Jordan, there was a line, because Jordan and Jonathan got out of the car, and Jordan's like, I can handle this, or whatever. It's like, yeah, you could. Because realistically, you could kill him right now. You could kill him. And that scene, when Clark finds out what happened, is probably one of the most tense scenes, I think, of the whole show so far. Not the season, the whole show. Because Clark, not a Superman, Clark goes by himself, and during all this, Lana's apologizing and all that kind of stuff. We'll get to that in a minute, because I feel like it's not as important, but there was some interesting family dynamics there. But when he walks in, and that conversation is going on with the dad, Lana knows, Sarah knows, Kyle has no idea. So he's sitting there just watching Clark, and he's like, what the hell's going on? But Lana knows that's Superman. Sarah knows that's Superman. But he's playing it up as Clark, and he's like, look, we're gonna go outside. I'm not gonna do this in front of your daughter. And then he gets up and tries to push him. He doesn't budge. And then that's when he grabs and slams him down. He's like, if you threaten my wife again, do anything, sell any drugs, all that, I will come for you. And what he meant by that was not Clark Kent. He meant Superman. Now, obviously, this guy doesn't know that. But I was quite surprised by how dark that was. But this is the most important thing in Clark's life, is his family, especially Lois right now in this particular moment. Now, in general, he would have done this regardless of what was happening to Lois or the kids. But I think the compounding of Lois has cancer, confronted him, a gun was pulled, he punched Jonathan, he stole Jonathan's truck, all that kind of stuff. He's done all this stuff in the past. It all built up to a tipping point for Clark. Now, I think him going in as Clark made more sense, because him going in as Superman would have made no sense. Right? Because, like, okay, like, what are you doing here? Why are you coming here for this family? It's like, so it makes sense that he went in as Clark. And then after he left, Kyle's like, damn, Kent. It's like, dude, you have no idea. And Sarah and Lana are like, oh, fuck. Because they know that he could have easily, when he slammed him on the table, he could have killed him. He could have killed him right there. But he didn't. That was pretty some dark stuff. I loved it. I loved it because he's standing up for his family, you know, and he wasn't doing it as Superman, right? The Lana thing with Sarah and Kyle, look, they're the Cushings, right? Well, I don't know, mean more because the divorce is final, but anyways, but the whole dynamic in their drama usually isn't that interesting, but I think this whole bit is just because of Lana hitting Sarah in the last episode because of what she said, and she didn't actually tell her dad exactly the truth. And when he goes and talks to Lana, and she's like, Kyle, like, she said that I was the reason you cheated. It's like, oh, and then he goes back. It's like, wait, you didn't tell me the whole story. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Why? Like, yeah, because you used my mistakes against her. That's not fair. So that was an interesting little bit there. And then, of course, they have the last little bit at the diner. And then, you know, here comes Clark taking over the scene. That was good. Am I missing anything? Oh, well, the suit. So Jordan gets some sort of black suit. We really don't get to see what it looks like. But then he's given these goggles that I think Sam said his father had during the war. So they're very sentimental. So instead of cutting his hair, he's going to be able to wear some sort of suit to kind of help with the identity thing. Because they mentioned how, well, Clark has the glasses and all that stuff. So that's the only identity thing, but whatever. It works in the world of comic books, apparently. I think that's pretty much it in terms of the episode. I mean, it was definitely intriguing. The opening scene with the fire was interesting as well. But this is the great thing about this show. This show is good on its own in terms of like just in general, but what is interesting is that the show can still be good even when there isn't really any action. There was a teeny little bit of action, but not like an action scene per se like in last week's episode, but this show is still engaging and interesting, and you actually care for what's happening even when there isn't really action. And this show does action well. The CGI is great, but yet what was actually most interesting is the dialogue in the episode and the actual character interactions. It isn't the over-the-top craziness, which occurred in the last episode. So, good stuff. Good stuff. This show, man. This show. So what did you guys think of the episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. What did you think of Superman and Lois Season 3, Episode 4? I'm curious to know what you thought about this episode. Your thoughts on Bruno. Your thoughts on the whole Jonathan and the dad and then Clark walking in and all that. Whatever thoughts you have about the whole episode, guys, I'm curious to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.